quiet expanse. No stars, no light, just a dark, endless ocean stretching in every direction. Then suddenly a spark. From that spark, the known universe begins to unfold. Galaxies blossom like luminous flowers, stars ignite, planets swirl into being. But as our telescopes scan deeper, the illusion shatters. The light fades. The cosmic web, so grand, so infinite, reveals an unsettling truth. We can see only 5% of it. Everything we know, stars, planets, atoms, you, me, all belong to a sliver of existence. The rest, an unseen ocean of energy and matter, makes up the invisible 95%. It doesn't glow, it doesn't reflect light, and yet, it shapes everything. Pause for a moment and imagine. We navigate a cosmos where most of reality is hidden, where galaxies spin held by invisible hands, and space itself stretches under the influence of a force we cannot touch or name. How can something unseen rule everything? Astronomers once believed that if we just built bigger telescopes, sharper instruments, we could see it all, the grand design of the cosmos revealed like a painting under better light. But when we looked deeper, the mystery only grew. The more we learned, the less we truly understood. Every cluster of galaxies, every spiral arm, every cosmic filament whispers the same secret. There is more here than meets the eye. The great physicist Vera Rubin once said that galaxies spin too fast for their visible mass. If only visible matter existed, they would fly apart. But they don't. Something unseen holds them together. A cosmic glue that binds not just stars, but space-time itself. And beyond that, something else pushes the universe apart, faster and faster, as if creation itself is expanding with intention. We call it dark matter and dark energy, though both names are but placeholders for ignorance. Scientists measure the universe in light, yet here lies the irony. Its deepest truths are woven in darkness. Invisible, omnipresent, and powerful beyond measure. The universe's silent architecture. So what is this hidden majority? Is it matter as we know it, only fainter, more elusive? Or is it something far beyond our physics? A cosmic consciousness, a field of energy that breathes stars into existence? As we stand on this small blue planet, peering into infinity, one truth humbles us. We are living inside a mystery we can barely detect. If everything we see is only the surface, then what lies beneath the cosmic veil? The story begins, as many great cosmic revelations do, with an anomaly, a subtle inconsistency hiding in the rhythm of the stars. It was the early 20th century, and the universe was just beginning to reveal its vastness. Telescopes had grown powerful enough to peer far beyond our Milky Way, uncovering a sprawling cosmos of countless galaxies drifting through the dark. Astronomers expected these galaxies to obey gravity's familiar laws, the same equations that guide the fall of an apple, the orbit of the moon, the dance of the planets. But when they measured how galaxies spun, they found something profoundly strange. The outer stars of spiral galaxies were moving far too fast. According to Newtonian physics, the farther a star is from the galactic center, the slower it should orbit, like the outer planets in our solar system. Yet, observation after observation showed the opposite. The stars on the edge were racing, as if some unseen hand was pulling them along. It was as though an invisible halo surrounded each galaxy, massive, omnipresent, yet utterly invisible. One of the first to notice this was Swiss astronomer Fritz Zwicky in the 1930s. Studying the Coma Cluster, a vast congregation of galaxies bound together by gravity, he realized that the visible stars could not possibly generate enough mass to hold the cluster intact. There must be something else, he proposed. He called it Dunkel Materie, dark matter. Few believed him at the time. Zwicky was known for his fiery temper and unorthodox ideas. To many, his claim sounded like science fiction. After all, how could something that emits no light, no radiation, no detectable signal, outweigh everything we can see? For decades, his theory remained a whisper in the halls of astronomy. But then came the 1970s, and with them Vera Rubin. At a small observatory in the American Southwest, Rubin began meticulously measuring the rotation curves of galaxies. Night after night, she traced the faint light of distant stars, mapping their speeds against their distance from the center. The results were undeniable. No matter how far out she looked, the stars refused to slow down. It was as though each galaxy floated within a massive, invisible sphere of matter, an unseen architecture holding everything together. Rubin's work transformed what was once a fringe idea into a cosmic certainty. The universe was filled with something far beyond our understanding. This discovery cracked open a door that science could never again close. It meant that the universe we observe, the radiant galaxies, the glowing nebulae, the endless starlight, was only a fraction of the full picture. Behind the curtain of light lies a vast scaffolding of invisible mass. The galaxies are not isolated islands, but luminous beads strung along unseen threads of a cosmic web. And yet, the deeper question lingered. What is this dark matter made of? Is it an undiscovered type of particle? A shadow twin of regular matter? Or is it something entirely different? A manifestation of gravity itself bending reality in ways we do not yet understand? Every galaxy spinning in defiance of physics became a message from the cosmos. There is more here than your eyes can see. The discovery did more than change astronomy. It reshaped our perception of existence. It reminded humanity that even in an age of data, equations, and telescopes, the universe still keeps its greatest secrets veiled. Picture the universe not as a static scene, but as a vast ocean of motion, galaxies swirling, colliding, and drifting through the fabric of space-time. If we could paint this ocean with the brush of gravity alone, its invisible tides would reveal something astonishing. A hidden architecture that no light can show. Our first glimpse of this invisible realm came through a phenomenon Einstein himself predicted: gravitational lensing. According to his theory of general relativity, massive objects bend the very fabric of space-time, curving the path of light that passes nearby. In simple terms, gravity can act as a lens. Imagine a distant galaxy billions of light-years away. Its light travels across cosmic space for eons, until it encounters another galaxy, or even an entire cluster, along its path. The gravity of that cluster bends the light, distorting the image we receive on Earth. Sometimes it appears stretched into arcs, sometimes multiplied like reflections in a cosmic mirror. When astronomers began to measure these distortions, they realized something incredible. The visible matter, the stars, gas, and dust within the lensing cluster, simply wasn't enough to cause the bending they observed. There had to be something else, invisible but immense, shaping the light. Dark matter had revealed its fingerprint, not through what it emits, but through what it moves. It was as though we had caught a glimpse of a ghost, not in sight, but in the trail it left behind. But that was only the beginning. In 1965, a faint whisper reached Earth, a signal that seemed to come from every direction in the sky. It was a background glow, a remnant of the universe's birth itself, the cosmic microwave background, CMB. This light, nearly 14 billion years old, is the oldest we can see, the echo of the moment when the first atoms formed and the cosmos became transparent. At first, it appeared uniform, smooth and featureless. But as technology improved, we began to detect tiny ripples, subtle variations in temperature across the sky. Those fluctuations were the fossilized traces of matter, both visible and invisible, clumping together under gravity in the newborn universe. Where there was more matter, light moved slightly differently. Where there was less, it drifted more freely. By mapping these patterns, cosmologists discovered that visible matter alone could not explain the structures we see today. Only by adding vast amounts of dark matter could the equations of the universe make sense. Dark matter wasn't just holding galaxies together. It was there from the very beginning, guiding the growth of cosmic structure, weaving galaxies like pearls on invisible strings. And beyond dark matter, another force was waiting to be found. In the late 1990s, astronomers studying distant supernovae made a shocking discovery. The expansion of the universe was accelerating. Instead of slowing down over time, as gravity would predict, space itself was stretching faster and faster, as though pushed by a hidden pressure. This mysterious phenomenon was named dark energy. If dark matter binds the universe, dark energy tears it apart. A silent, invisible tension between cohesion and expansion. Two opposing cosmic forces, both unseen, shaping everything that exists. So, we stand today with evidence not from one experiment, but from many: gravitational lensing, the CMB, the motion of galaxies, and the accelerating expansion of the cosmos. Together they tell a single, humbling story. The universe we see is not the universe that is. The light of the cosmos dances upon an unseen stage, a grand, dark foundation that holds it all. Across the vastness of the cosmos, galaxies do not drift randomly. They form patterns, filaments, clusters, and great voids that stretch across billions of light-years. If we could peel back the stars and dust, what would remain is something breathtaking. A web made not of light, but of shadow. This is the cosmic web, and it is woven almost entirely from dark matter. Though unseen, it defines the large-scale structure of the universe. Galaxies are not isolated islands of starlight. They are droplets caught in the intersections of an invisible net. Where the threads of dark matter are thick, galaxies cluster. Where the web thins, there is silence. Cosmic emptiness, vast and unlit. Dark matter does not shine. It does not absorb light, emit heat, or interact with electromagnetic forces. It moves only through gravity, shaping everything while remaining hidden. And yet, without it, nothing we know could exist. Imagine the early universe, a warm sea of particles and radiation. Gravity begins to pull matter together, but visible matter alone, hydrogen, helium, dust, was too light, too easily scattered by radiation. Something heavier had to guide the dance. Something that did not care about light. That something was dark matter. Under its pull, clouds of gas gathered, cooled, and gave birth to the first stars. From those stars came heavier elements, planets, and eventually life. In a sense, every breath we take, every atom of our bodies, owes its existence to a shadow force we cannot see. Dark matter acts as a cosmic skeleton. It gives the universe shape and coherence. Without it, galaxies would not hold together. Stars would fling away into the void. With it, the universe became a tapestry of connected islands, a silent geometry, balancing light and shadow. But what is it made of? That question, after decades of searching, still eludes us. Some scientists believe dark matter is composed of WIMPs, weakly interacting massive particles, hypothetical entities that rarely collide with normal matter. Others propose axions, ultralight particles that fill space like a faint, invisible mist. Still others suspect sterile neutrinos, or perhaps something stranger, hidden dimensions or fields that mimic mass in ways we do not yet comprehend. And there is a deeper possibility still, that dark matter is not matter at all, but a reflection of gravity itself. Perhaps our equations are incomplete, our understanding of space-time still too small to describe the true nature of the cosmos. When we simulate the universe in supercomputers, filling it with dark matter and letting gravity shape it, the patterns that emerge mirror what telescopes see in the sky. The universe behaves as though dark matter were real. It acts, it moves, it sculpts. Yet it remains invisible. Paradox at the heart of creation. Every star we see glows within a cocoon of the unseen. Every galaxy spins upon an invisible foundation. And we, too, exist within it. Our entire solar system drifting through an ocean of dark matter particles, silent and undetectable, passing through our bodies each second like whispers of another reality. Dark matter holds the cosmos together, yet reveals nothing of itself. It is both presence and absence, existence without form, gravity without light. Perhaps the ancient mystics were closer to truth than they knew when they spoke of the unseen forces that bind all things. The universe, it seems, was listening. For nearly a century, humanity has known that most of the universe is hidden. But knowing of something is not the same as touching it, capturing it, proving it. So scientists began the greatest treasure hunt in cosmic history, a search for dark matter itself. The challenge? You cannot see it. You cannot hold it. You cannot shine a light on it. Dark matter, if it exists, must be felt only through its faint gravitational pull, a whisper in the mathematics of motion. And yet, Across the world and deep beneath the earth, there are places where that whisper is being listened to with infinite patience. Let's begin a mile underground, in old gold mines, abandoned caverns, and icy tunnels carved beneath mountains. There, shielded from cosmic radiation and human noise, stand silent chambers filled with liquid xenon, argon, and germanium, ultra-pure materials waiting for a single impossible moment. If dark matter particles exist, billions pass through us every second, but they rarely interact. So, scientists built detectors to wait for the rarest of events. A single dark matter particle colliding with an atom, producing a flash of light no human eye can see. Experiments like LUX Zeppelin in South Dakota, XENONNT in Italy, and Super CDMS in Canada wait in perfect darkness, surrounded by silence and precision. For years, they have detected nothing, and yet that nothing speaks volumes. Each unrecorded flash narrows the possibilities, reshaping our understanding of the cosmos. Meanwhile, in the frozen reaches of Antarctica, a telescope buried in the ice listens for something different. Not dark matter itself, but the faint neutrinos it may leave behind. At the Ice Cube Neutrino Observatory, sensors embedded deep in the glacier watch for tiny blue flashes that signal high-energy particles from the universe's invisible depths. Above us, orbiting Earth, the Alpha Magnetic Spectrometer aboard the International Space Station scans cosmic rays for clues, subtle anomalies that might hint at dark matter annihilations occurring in the void. Every method, underground, underwater, or beyond the atmosphere, is an ear pressed to the heartbeat of the cosmos, trying to hear what cannot yet be heard. Some scientists have turned to theoretical landscapes, creating models of parallel universes, shadow particles, and hidden symmetries that might explain why dark matter interacts so differently with the world we know. Others explore the possibility that gravity itself may need rewriting, that perhaps our equations falter not because the matter is missing, but because space-time behaves in ways we have yet to grasp. Each experiment is a poem written in patience, a gesture of faith that reality will, one day, reveal its deeper structure. But perhaps the mystery of dark matter is not only a scientific one. Perhaps it also asks something more philosophical about our perception. We see the universe through light, yet the universe is mostly dark. Our senses evolved for sunlight, not for cosmic truth. What else, then, moves unseen around us, not just in the cosmos but in the fabric of our own understanding? It is humbling to think that even now, after thousands of years of wonder, we may still be blind to the true shape of existence. And yet, it is precisely that blindness that drives us forward, the promise that the unknown is not a wall but a doorway. The detectors in their silent caves continue to wait. The instruments in orbit keep listening. And the stars, held by invisible threads, keep spinning as if whispering. Keep searching. For centuries, gravity was considered the great unifier, the cosmic glue that holds planets, stars, and galaxies together. From Newton to Einstein, we believed gravity ruled the universe with quiet authority. But then, as the 20th century drew to a close, astronomers witnessed something that shattered this elegant order. They expected to find that the universe's expansion, born in the fiery dawn of the Big Bang, was slowing down. After all, gravity should be tugging everything inward, pulling galaxies toward one another over time. Instead, the data revealed the opposite. The universe was not slowing down. It was speeding up. This revelation came from the study of Type Ia supernovae, exploding stars so luminous they can outshine entire galaxies. Astronomers use them as cosmic mile markers to measure distance and time. But when two independent research teams, one led by Saul Perlmutter and the other by Brian Schmidt and Adam Rees, compared the brightness of distant supernovae, they found they were dimmer than expected. That could mean only one thing. They were farther away than anyone imagined. Space itself was stretching faster and faster. To explain this cosmic acceleration, scientists proposed an idea both simple and astonishing. A mysterious force pervading all of space, pushing galaxies apart as if the universe were breathing outward. They called it dark energy. If dark matter binds the cosmos together, dark energy drives it apart. Two invisible forces, in perfect tension, shaping everything that exists. What exactly is dark energy? That remains one of science's greatest riddles. Some call it the cosmological constant, an echo of Einstein's own equations. Others suggest it's a vacuum energy, a property of space itself. The idea that even the emptiest void is seething with quantum activity, tiny fluctuations giving rise to a pressure that expands the fabric of the universe. But there are those who believe dark energy is not a constant at all, but a dynamic field, something that evolves with time, changing its strength as the universe grows. In that view, the cosmos is alive, expanding, breathing, transforming under an invisible rhythm. The implications are staggering. If the acceleration continues unchecked, galaxies will drift beyond one another's light. The night sky will fade as each cosmic island recedes into eternal isolation. Billions of years from now, observers in distant galaxies will see only darkness, unaware that a greater universe ever existed beyond their own. Yet, even as we face this incomprehensible future, the balance between dark matter and dark energy feels almost deliberate. For the universe to expand at just the right rate, neither collapsing under its own weight nor tearing itself apart too soon, these two forces must exist in exquisite proportion. Is it coincidence? Or does the universe contain within it a principle of balance, an unseen symmetry that ensures existence endures? Dark energy makes up about 68% of the universe. Dark matter adds another 27%. That leaves only 5% for everything we can see: stars, planets, and life. In other words, everything familiar, every sunrise, every atom, every heartbeat, floats atop an ocean of the unknown. And so the quest continues. Telescopes like the Euclid mission and the Vera Rubin Observatory are mapping the heavens, measuring how galaxies drift and stretch under the influence of dark energy. Perhaps one day we'll see its fingerprints in the cosmic web. Or perhaps, like the horizon, it will forever recede as we approach. We call it dark, but maybe that word is too simple. Perhaps dark energy is not darkness at all, but the light we are not yet evolved to perceive. Imagine the universe as a grand symphony. Every note, every vibration part of an immense composition that began nearly 14 billion years ago. In this symphony, two unseen forces play the central melody: dark matter, the hand that gathers, and dark energy, the breath that expands. Together, they shape the rhythm of creation itself. Dark matter pulls, dark energy pushes, gravity binds, expansion releases. This delicate equilibrium defines everything we see, from the birth of stars to the fate of time itself. Without dark matter's gravitational embrace, galaxies would scatter like dust in the wind. Without dark energy's silent push, the universe might have collapsed back into its own origin. Between these opposites lies existence. If you could watch the cosmos evolve in fast motion, you would see the dance unfold. At first, dark matter dominates. Its invisible mass draws clouds of hydrogen into the first galaxies, sculpting the filaments of the cosmic web. Stars ignite within these dark frameworks, filling the void with light. But as the eons pass, dark energy awakens. Slowly, steadily, it begins to stretch the fabric of space. The web expands. The distances grow. Now, billions of years later, the balance has shifted again. Dark energy rules the large-scale universe, accelerating its growth. Yet dark matter remains the quiet architect, holding galaxies together even as space between them expands. Two forces, one inward, one outward, eternally intertwined. It is tempting to see this as coincidence, but the balance feels almost intentional, as though the universe itself were tuned to a resonance that allows life and structure to exist. Physicists call this cosmic fine-tuning, and its precision is beyond imagination. A slight increase in dark energy, and no galaxies could form. A small decrease, and the universe would have collapsed long ago. So what maintains this balance? Is it simply a property of physics, an accidental harmony born from chaos? Or could it hint at something deeper, an organizing principle woven into the fabric of reality itself? Some cosmologists describe this balance through the metaphor of a cosmic web of tension. Dark matter pulling like the threads of a net, dark energy stretching it from within, preventing collapse. Others imagine spacetime as a living fabric, breathing in cycles of contraction and release. Ancient philosophies might have recognized this long before modern science gave it a name. The Taoists spoke of yin and yang, the dynamic tension between stillness and motion. Hindu cosmology describes Brahman creating and dissolving worlds in endless rhythm. Even the Stoics of Greece saw the cosmos as a living being, one vast, interconnected whole. Perhaps, in some profound way, dark matter and dark energy are not enemies, but partners. The universe's way of maintaining symmetry between form and emptiness, gravity and grace. And what of us, small beings living within this balance? Every cell in our bodies was born from the collapse of dark matter-shaped stars. Yet our entire existence unfolds within a universe propelled by dark energy's expansion. We are, quite literally, creatures of both forces, condensed starlight caught in the current of infinite growth. To sense this is to glimpse something both humbling and sublime. The awareness that balance is not an accident of physics, but a pattern of being. The same balance that keeps galaxies whole may echo in every heartbeat, every breath, every cycle of life and death on Earth. The universe is expanding, but within that expansion, matter still holds form. Creation unfolds outward, but the pattern remains intact. Perhaps that is what balance truly means. Not stillness, but eternal motion sustained by harmony. If dark matter and dark energy are the universe's breath, the inhale and exhale of creation, then what consciousness, if any, breathes through them? For centuries, we imagined the universe as a vast stage, with 3 dimensions of space and 1 of time. Everything, from falling apples to distant galaxies, seemed to play out on this 4-dimensional canvas. But what if that canvas is not all there is? What if what we call reality is only a faint echo of a deeper structure, one hidden beyond perception? As our understanding of dark matter and dark energy grew, so did a strange suspicion. The unseen forces that shape the cosmos might not belong to our known universe at all. They could be the gravitational fingerprints of hidden dimensions, ghostly layers of existence pressing against our own. In theoretical physics, ideas like string theory and brane cosmology propose that the universe we inhabit may be just one brane, a vast, 3-dimensional surface, floating within a higher dimensional space. Other branes may exist nearby, invisible and unreachable, each with its own matter, its own laws, perhaps even its own version of light. According to this vision, dark matter might not be a substance within our universe, but the shadow of matter from another dimension, its gravity leaking through the boundary between worlds. The pull we feel is real, but the source might lie forever hidden beyond our perception, like a reflection seen only in the corner of a mirror. It's a haunting thought, that the unseen 95% of reality could be the echo of another cosmos, interwoven with ours yet never touching directly. Some researchers suggest that the large-scale structure of dark matter, the cosmic web, could be the physical trace of these higher dimensions shaping our space. The filaments of dark matter that connect galaxies might be folds, wrinkles, or resonances in the geometry of space itself, created by unseen dimensions vibrating just beyond reach. Even quantum mechanics, with its eerie unpredictability, hints at this hidden architecture. Every particle, every flicker of existence, seems to respond to influences that come from outside our observable universe. As if reality is not a single surface, but a shimmering membrane floating on deeper waters. Could dark energy, then, be the flow between dimensions, a pressure exerted from beyond, stretching space from the inside out? Some cosmologists have imagined our universe as a bubble expanding within a vast higher dimensional sea. The accelerating expansion we attribute to dark energy might be the gentle push of another cosmos pressing against ours. And if this is true, then perhaps what we call the beginning, the Big Bang, was not a singular explosion from nothing, but the moment 2 dimensions touched. The spark where 2 membranes collided, transferring energy, creating space, time, and light. It is both scientific and poetic. The idea that every galaxy, every star, every thought, began with the meeting of unseen worlds. But there's more. If multiple universes exist, not separate in space, but layered in dimensions, then perhaps our cosmos is only one thread in a vast, multidimensional tapestry. A multiverse of hidden symmetries, each contributing to the whole. And in that light, dark matter and dark energy are no longer mysteries to be solved, but messages from the beyond, the gravitational language of other realities. To sense this is to confront an overwhelming truth, that reality itself might be infinite in depth, and we, the observers, see only the shallow surface. Perhaps consciousness itself, our ability to wonder, to imagine, to reach beyond the visible, is the way the universe allows one layer to glimpse another. Maybe the question is not what dark matter and dark energy are, but where they are from. If dark matter is the shadow of another universe, then what is our shadow, and who or what might be watching it from the other side? We live in a universe where almost everything is unseen, not by accident but by design. The cosmos hides the majority of its truth beneath a veil of darkness, revealing only fragments, scattered stars, flickers of light, whispers of what might be. And here we are, small beings of carbon and breath, trying to make sense of an existence where visibility is the exception, not the rule. Dark matter, dark energy, they remind us of something profound, that reality is not bound by what we can perceive. Our eyes, magnificent though they are, capture less than 1/10,000,000th of the electromagnetic spectrum. Our instruments extend that reach, but still we perceive only the faintest glimmer of what is. What, then, is the true nature of seeing? If the universe is mostly invisible, then sight alone cannot be the measure of truth. The philosopher Immanuel Kant once said that we never experience the thing in itself, only its appearance filtered through our senses. Science now echoes this ancient idea. What we call the observable universe may be only the shadow of a greater reality, one we can never fully touch. In this way, cosmology and philosophy converge. The unseen cosmos is not merely a scientific puzzle. It is a mirror reflecting the limits of human perception. We believe we are observers looking out into the void. But perhaps the void, too, is looking back, not as something alien or hostile, but as the deeper self of the universe, contemplating itself through countless eyes scattered among the stars. To some thinkers, this is not speculation but inevitability. Consciousness, they suggest, is the universe becoming aware of its own invisible structure. Our minds, born from stardust and gravity, are part of the same hidden architecture that binds galaxies and bends light. Could it be that dark matter and dark energy are not just physical forces, but metaphors of being, the unseen foundations of not only the cosmos, but of awareness itself? When mystics speak of the divine as that which cannot be seen but holds all things, when poets describe the world as woven of silence and breath, they are, perhaps unknowingly, describing the same mystery that physicists trace in equations. There is symmetry in this thought, that science, philosophy, and spirituality are not rivals but different languages for the same question. What is real? And yet, the more we learn, the more reality retreats. Each discovery pushes the horizon of mystery further away, like the sea drawing back from our footprints on the shore. Maybe that's the point. Maybe the universe was never meant to be fully known. Perhaps its invisibility is its greatest act of grace, a way to keep us searching, wondering, growing. Because what is curiosity, if not the soul's response to darkness? We do not merely exist within the universe. We are its way of seeing itself, its way of feeling the invisible through thought, through wonder, through the quiet act of asking why. And perhaps this is what it means to be alive, to inhabit the boundary between light and dark, between the known and the unknown, and to love both equally. If 95% of the universe is hidden, could it be that the same ratio applies to us, that most of what we are, too, lies beyond the reach of our own awareness? In the beginning, there was darkness, not as the absence of light, but as its womb. From that darkness came expansion, form, and motion. Galaxies, stars, and worlds blossomed like luminous thoughts within an infinite mind. But even now, after all the light, after all the time, that darkness remains. It fills every space between every atom, every star. It is the quiet substance of reality itself. We call it dark matter. We call it dark energy. But those names are only symbols, fragile words we use to point toward something far greater, something that language cannot contain. Perhaps this is the final revelation of modern cosmology. That creation itself is not made of light, but of shadow. That existence depends on what cannot be seen. The universe, like consciousness, needs both the visible and the invisible, the manifest and the mystery, to be whole. Every galaxy spins because of a force we cannot touch. Every second of time passes because of an energy we cannot measure. Even the light that reveals the cosmos is guided by hands that remain unseen. If this is true, then the invisible 95% is not merely what fills the universe. It is the universe. The luminous galaxies and living worlds are only patterns rising briefly upon its surface, like waves upon a deeper sea. And we, too, are part of that balance. Every heartbeat, every thought, every act of awareness is a spark of light within a field of mystery. We live surrounded by the unseen, not separate from it, but sustained by it. The breath of our bodies mirrors the cosmic rhythm. Contraction and expansion, gravity and release, dark matter and dark energy. Maybe creation is not a single event in the past, but a continual unfolding, a dialogue between light and shadow, seen and unseen, awareness and the infinite. Perhaps existence itself is an act of balance, the universe remembering itself through contrast. Look up at the night sky. Every point of light you see is only a fraction of what exists. Yet within that incompleteness lies a quiet perfection. The universe doesn't need to reveal everything to be complete. Its mystery is part of its design. We are children of the unknown, born in a cosmos that hides most of its own truth, not to deceive, but to invite, to wonder, to learn, to feel awe. It may be that the purpose of intelligence is not to solve the mystery, but to experience it, to become aware of the unseen harmony that sustains everything. So when we speak of the invisible 95%, we are not talking about something apart from us. We are speaking of the vastness within which we live, and the vastness within ourselves, both made of the same darkness, both illuminated by the same spark of curiosity. Maybe one day we will learn the nature of dark matter and dark energy. Maybe our descendants will map the unseen and touch the fabric of the infinite. But even then, there will still be more beyond, more hidden layers of creation waiting to be unveiled. For mystery, it seems, is not what the universe hides from us. It is what the universe is. The cosmos began in darkness, and it may end there too. Not in absence, but in completion. A return to the source from which all light came. If the invisible 95% holds the essence of creation, then perhaps the ultimate question is not what the universe is made of, but why it allows us to see just enough to wonder at all.